Welcome everyone for joining this STACS live showcase session for Mercury. Okay, the topic is award-winning platform for real-time simultaneous trade lifecycle management from the industry for the industry. Let me first do a quick intro of myself. My name is David. I'm the Executive Director of STACS, and I'll be the moderator for this showcase. Together with me from STACS is Nigel, Senior Product Manager, who will be the presenter for a live demo later. It's my privilege actually to be on this Mercury live showcase. Reason why is that I have two speakers who are not just speakers, but actually two business partners who have been working very closely with STACS on Mercury. Both of them are from very prestigious organizations. Let me first intro them. Okay, we have Nelson. He's the team lead, New Ways of Working from Eastspring Investment. And Claire, Head of Business Management, BNP Paribas Securities Services. Okay, the Mercury Live platform has been live actually since June. Okay, it's a joint collaboration between three entities, Eastspring Investment, BNP Paribas Securities Services, and STACS during this COVID-19 global pandemic. So without further ado, let's start off with the panel sharing, then followed by the demo, and we'll then end off with the Q&A. Okay, I'll start off with the first question. Claire, if I can ask you, can you share how this project Mercury first came about?
Thanks, David, and good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to be here today. So thank you, STACS, for this great opportunity. Yes, so happy to give you some context about this project Mercury. So Eastspring Investment and BNP Paribas Securities Services are strategic business partners in Singapore. BNP Paribas provides Eastspring Investment, a middle office outsourcing service, and there is a strong ambition to further grow the partnership. So we all have a good track record of co-creation. In fact, in 2019, we engaged in the 60-day challenge, which is an initiative driven by BNP Paribas, leveraging on the presence of BNP Paribas Digital Lab in Singapore. We co-designed in 60 days a data-driven risk management dashboard for OTC products, which is live today. But what I would like to highlight is that in addition to this great outcome, we observed additional benefits for our partnerships, such as increased communication, collaboration, and of course, agility. So at the end of 2019, we decided to continue to work together on other co-creation initiatives. And this is how the idea of Mercury project came out. And Nelson, I hand over to you to explain a little bit more about Mercury.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, David. And so thanks, Claire, for the background. So really adding to what Claire just said, I actually echo this close partnership that we have with BNP. Just to give a bit of background, it all started when our COO, Jerome Guada, and the team visited the Singapore FinTech Festival last year. We met a few local FinTech players and obviously meeting STACS. And that sparked our interest to explore blockchain technology and using that to address real world problems. So, and with the co-creation activities with BNP, we identify ETD trade lifecycle management to be a problem. So we thought it's a good use case, and there wasn't any existing solution in the market. So from March this year, we teamed up with BNP and STACS to brainstorm and redesign the ETD trade lifecycle to address the issue, particularly around the trade breaks resulting from incorrect fee calculations. Yeah, so back to you, David.
Thank you. Thanks, Claire and Nelson, for sharing the background of how we all came about together on Mercury. Yeah, so maybe if you can touch on a little bit more, maybe Nelson, understand from you that We're trying to solve this real problem on ETD. Yeah, maybe you can touch a little bit more. What is the real problem that Eastspring and BNP Paribas are trying to solve, and what was the solution?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Happy to share.
Yeah.
So ETDs highly complex and require multiple inputs to calculate broker fees. So it's unlike equities and fixed income. And given Eastspring trades millions of ETD contracts each year, plus the rapidly expanding ETD market, incorrect fees like this lead to trade breaks and hours of unnecessary investigation and reconciliation between Eastspring, BNP, the brokers, the custodians. We found that to be really unsustainable, especially with the COVID-19 hindering our operations. So we needed a new way of working fast, right? So we need a solution that can easily take in the multiple fees inputs in various formats from different parties and be able to use that inputs to perform complex and transparent fee calculations. So I believe this will be covered in the demo later in greater details.
Yes, perfect. Thanks, Nelson. Okay, maybe over to Claire. What I want to maybe hear from you, if you can share a little bit more as a custodian, middle office provider. Are you able to share what are the key benefits of Mercury?
Yes, of course, David, happy to comment on this. The benefits from Mercury are multiple. So first, I would like to highlight that this solution is really a quick win for Eastspring Investment and BNP Paribas to adapt to the COVID-19 situation, and as well the rapid expansion of ETD market, as it introduces further automation, driving more efficient process and lower operational risk. Secondly, it also benefits to our workforce by reducing the manual work and allowing our team to focus on really value-added work. Within the first months of launch of Mercury platform, Eastspring Investment and BNP Paribas observed 84% reduction in trade breaks and a significant 4 hours per day reduction in non-value added reconciliation work, which is huge. And of course, we also observed reduced risk of errors in client reporting. And lastly, we believe that Mercury is also a scalable solution, a scalable platform that could benefit the entire industry in Singapore. And as well is a great demonstration of collaboration between local FinTech firms, such as STACS, and large corporates, such as Eastspring Investment and BNP Paribas, with really a view to position Singapore as a digital regional hub, which we believe is one of the key area of focus of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. So yeah, very happy by the great outcome on this project.
Thank you. Thanks, Claire. Well, there's a lot of benefits of Mercury. Yeah, maybe just to check with Nelson, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think Claire mentioned most of it. So very delighted to also add that, with of the recognition that we gain, especially from the recent Gartner award, right? That we won in terms of innovation, digital innovation recently. So I thought that is a great recognition on the hard work that we've done so far.
Indeed. Thanks, Nelson. All right, I guess we conclude the panel sharing. Now we can move on to the live demo, which will be presented by Nigel. Nigel, over to you.
Hi, thank you. Just let me quickly share my screen and let's see where we can begin. Okay. Yes, so on this product demonstration, we'll be going through Mercury. And as mentioned by both, actually all three, David, Nelson, and Claire, there's a lot of, there's the nature of ETDs has a lot of problem statements, and mainly because most of these trades, exchange trades, ETDs, end in breaks. A lot of time was spent during our requirement gathering. A lot of time, we concluded that a lot of time is spent fixing these breaks. So we came up with Mercury to address this. As what Mercury does, Mercury supports real-time exchange trades, mainly in three functions of the ETD trades lifecycle, which is matching, allocation, reconciliation. And how we do that is to combine the fee registry with our trade matching enrichment modules. Okay, due to the disparate systems between fee storage and the portfolio softwares or management systems, Mercury aims to resolve all these. Okay, so taking a closer look at the before and after of the ETD process with and without Mercury, what we have found during the requirement gathering is that the ETD process is a process that's very linear, interdependent. So you need to conclude A to B first before you can move on to step C. So Mercury aims to do this to eliminate all these in the real-time concurrent process. And we leverage a lot on our blockchain technology. And we've designed it on top of the blockchain layer itself. Okay, by connecting all the different participants on board the trade lifecycle of ETDs. Okay. So with this sitting on the blockchain layer and the application layer, we understand that we do not want to affect the BAU. So one of the objectives is that instead, the first objective is to reduce the number of trade breaks that happen. The second is that we want to make this solution as seamless as possible, meaning we have to put in a very high focus, incredible focus on integration into the current processes for all the clients and counterparties that will come on board and is onboarded. Okay, so hence, as you see, we have a very high focus in the connectivity layer that we use to connect to not just the blockchain or the application layer, that we can reference the same data. In this particular context of Mercury is the fee schedule and the output of the trade enrichment itself. So moving on, what we have here is that we have a digital ledger, a real-time trade management engine. So on this tool, it works very hand in hand, leveraging on all the schedules that we have and managing the trades that come in to leverage, to use what has been uploaded by the brokers and the asset managers to ensure that there's a straight through process in terms of enrichment, but also have a high focus on exception resolution, because we do understand that trade breaks will occur even when everything's perfect, because you have new products coming about with ETDs every now and then. Okay, so that is the main features that I would like to highlight here. But of course, as any other product out there, we aim to be very scalable and interoperable with all current solutions, especially within the organization and outside as well. So we look for collaboration, interoperable, we look for connectivity as well. Okay. So moving on, I think just taking a closer look, everybody's what's looking at and curious to look at what is Mercury and what is Mercury capable of. So I'm going to paint a picture. So in the case of BNP and Eastspring, so let's say there's a new product that comes about and BNP and Eastspring has to agree on this product fees. Okay, so BNP's sales team will contact Eastspring and they'll agree on a product along with the fees. And upon agreement to this, what the next step is for them to do is to upload this new product into the fee schedule registry. And it's all in Mercury. And I'm going to show you right here. So I'm logging in as BNP, as a broker. And we're going to take a closer look at a new product that we're going to be uploading here. Okay, so I'll be clicking on as BNP as the executing role, and I will be changing and appending this new product that we're going to be discussing about. So for example, let's say we have a new product here, and let's say this product costs $2 and is in the Singapore Exchange. All right, so we have a new product here right now, and just gonna save this. So as BNP, the ops team will load this in, and they're gonna upload this onto Mercury itself. So I've picked the pairing, a very dynamic pairing, BNP with JP Morgan as the clearing broker. And I'll select Eastspring Investments as the clearing, as the asset manager, and the clearing broker is JP Morgan for the ETD markets. Okay, so upon submission, what it does is that this is stored on the application database and is awaiting for the client to approve. In this case, Eastspring. So only upon approval will this fee schedule be uploaded and published onto the blockchain itself. And only then will it be as a single source of truth, same reference data for both the BNP broker and Eastspring investments to reference at any point of time and eradicating any form of dispute. Okay. I'm going to quickly log in as Eastspring here. Okay, so I'm going to head to the fee approval. As you can see, it's here for review. New products there. Okay. So you can see we have this new product here. And as discussed, the brokerage fee is $2 for any contract of this. And I'm going to upload this and approve. So only upon approval, this fee schedule is stored securely onto the blockchain and now can be used as a single source of truth, reference data for any reference in terms of the fees regarding to this new product. Okay, so right now, where is it stored? How can you reference it? So as Eastspring, you can reference here, and you can see that what I've done here is that BNP JP Morgan is here, and I can view the details here. Now it's being uploaded, and you can see that it is pending. Yep, so every version is kept there. So any changes, it will be logged. Any transactions that has been any products deleted or modified is stored on this digital ledger and can always be referenced. So knowing that there are different versions, new products always coming about every quarter, this can enhance the efficiency between the brokers, and the brokers can be executing, clearing, and asset managers, and in a very dynamic manner, enhancing the accuracy of all the trade enrichment. Okay, so now that we have the fee schedule on the Mercury as a single source of truth, the next thing is to understand what can we do with it. So what you're seeing here is the dashboard for the trade enrichment. This is mainly for quality assurance, testing purposes. Ultimately, we aim to integrate this into the back end to the current processes and workflows so that we are very seamless and frictionless BAU processes for both ops teams, all three roles ops team. So I'm just going to show you real quickly here. Let me show you the example of this trade nugget. So I'm going to upload this trade nugget here. Trade nugget consists of multiple trades, and each row is one trade. So when I feed this through the trade management dashboard, we will be able to have the trade enrichment outputs in brokerage fee, and as well as the exception cases should it happen. So just let me send this through and submit this. So during this time, Mercury is fetching based on the asset manager that submitted this, along with the executing broker that is dealing with, and the clearing broker that's helping it clear this typical product and asset. And it just goes down to all the trades within the trade nugget itself. So the trade has been enriched. I'm going to download it, and we're going to take a quick look. Okay, as you can see, we have the different counterparties here, executing broker and the clearing broker. And they've traded the XU product here. And we have the executing brokerage fees, column J, and clearing brokerage fee in column K. However, as you can see, we do expect trade exceptions to happen. So in real time as well, what we do is that we'll come up with the error messages in our algorithm, logical processes of enriching the trade step by step and figure out which step did it fail. So for example, there isn't a match found in the executing broker fee schedule. Most probably this product is not in the fee schedule, hence we are unable to find the correct parameters to enrich this particular trade that happened. And all this can be emailed to the relevant parties within the minute of trade enrichment sent to Mercury. Okay, so moving on. We understand that there's a very dynamic sequence that ETDs have, and there's a lot of counterparties. So knowing that we have multiple participants, we manage them by the pairings based on what you have in the company with your counterparties. So creating brokers, companies themselves, pairing them up to ensure a very high accuracy of trade enrichment, trade matching, reconciliation, reference of data. So all in all, we aim to provide the BAU a seamless and zero breaks methodology in order to help mitigate risk and focus on what's more important to the organization themselves. Okay, so I'm just going to move back to my deck right here. To summarize what we have done with BNP and Eastspring is that with Mercury itself, we have decreased a 96% drop in their trade breaks. And this all saves a lot of reconciliation efforts and time used up to reconcile all these issues. And we have concluded that we can do a faster trade matching, same day clearing as we move along and progress and enhance Mercury itself. All in all, this is the product demo we would like to showcase, and we'd like to thank you for your time. So do put your questions in the Q&A panel. We're happy to take them. And David, I'm going to hand it back to you right now.
Thank you. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks for the wonderful demo. Okay, now we move on to the Q&A session. Let's give a minute. I'll see whether any questions coming.
Yes, let me ask the question. Okay, the first question that we see here is that, do you agree that the solution will have to be deployed with new technology to solve the problem? And for this case, blockchain. Who would like to take this first?
Yeah, maybe I can take that question. So yes, I think surely, I agree. We can achieve greater ambition with new technologies such as blockchain. Ultimately, with blockchain, we could use these to eliminate siloed systems and the need for reconciliation. So this will reduce so much inefficiency and errors in the current trade lifecycle management world. We could build a reliable single source of truth And the platform users, such as other asset managers, brokers, can enjoy transparent real-time data. And the other thing that I also want to emphasize, right, with the advantage with using blockchain is that you have a military-grade cryptography and security protocols, which are crucial to preventing unwanted changes to the underlying data. So yeah, to answer your question, I think this solution is best to come with new technologies such as this.
Thank you. Thanks, Nelson. Okay, I see one question. I believe it's direct to Claire. The question is, what are some feedback testimonial that you have received from your internal partners following Mercury implementation? So how have Mercury helped to improve their daily tasks?
Thanks, David, for this question. Indeed, the teams of both organizations, and Nelson could add on later, but our teams all reflected on the fact that the use of this blockchain methodology allows for fish schedules to be validated by all parties, and hence really facilitate complex fees calculation. As well as we already commented on that, but really the main benefit that our teams observed is in terms of non-value added work reduction. All this manual task, 4 hours daily task has been reduced, and even done, allowing now the team, to really focus on a real value added task. Which was really appreciated, I think, by our team, given the challenges that they had to face this year with the COVID-19 situation. And also this platform provides transparency to help to resolve the disputes between the asset manager, executing brokers, and the clearing brokers, as this was mentioned by Nigel just during the demo. So yeah, in a nutshell, very positive feedback by the teams of both organizations, by as well our senior management. And we are looking forward to exploring together with Eastspring Investment and STACS the next stage of this project.
Thank you. Thanks, Claire. Okay, let me see any other questions. I do see one here. What are the other innovations that your firm have done since the pandemic, and how has it addressed the current problems we are experiencing? Nelson, you want to take that?
Okay, sure. I mean, there are a few things, but I think obviously what is more impacted by COVID is the working from home. I think after the news, our company, we have 1,000 over employees. We had to adapt really fast, basically allowing all these employees to work from home. So making sure like everyone have the right infrastructure, making sure the cloud systems all work perfectly, and also allowing technology so that people can work together through Teams, Zoom, or whatsoever. So I think that was one of the challenges, but I think now we did really well. Perhaps now working from home is gonna be the norm in the future. Other things as well to adapt to this COVID situation is also, for instance, one example is using digital signature, right? So I don't know, maybe it's Singapore or what, but previously people just like to sign on real paper, physical paper. We print a lot of paper. So I think about less than a month, we implemented a digital signature system. Now everything is done really quickly. You click on a button, within 5 minutes, you can actually sign a contract. And besides just saving money, time, and also maybe saving the world because you're cutting down less trees, it seems like even though we're gonna go back to the old time, people is gonna stick with this new technology rather than going back to signing on paper. So sometimes I find that with COVID, it actually pushes us to adopting new technologies.
Thanks, Nelson, for that. Appreciate. Claire, you have anything to add?
No, I think, yeah, we faced the same challenge as Eastspring investment this year, and really the important things was really to move quickly into this new way of working. As Nelson mentioned, we already had to quickly transit and make sure that, you know, all the IT was supporting this challenge to provide our team, you know, with the right tools to do so. And just I would like to highlight that we had here in Singapore a kind of nice initiative, which is more people engagement initiative that we with our CEO we launched in July. It's called Transforming for a Better Future, where we bring, you know, our team all together to pitch and to think about, you know, initiative that could, you know, shape a better future for our organization. And I would say that this was quite amazing to see, you know, the passion from the team around this. And I believe that this kind of initiative really helps, you know, in difficult time where we are all working in a remote mode to bring our team together and to make sure that, you know, they don't feel isolated.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Claire. Thanks for sharing. Okay, we have one question here. How have your operating model changed since incorporating Mercury in your process? Nelson, you want to take that, or Claire?
Yeah, how operating model?
Yeah.
Right now, with Mercury, we are still in the early phase, which was to address the problem with fees, right? So the part where it has impacted our operating model, obviously, I think Claire also have mentioned that the team no longer will need to react to trade breaks, right? That is already done by Mercury. In fact, the Mercury system, Mercury platform, we are feeding in our trade details, and then Mercury will calculate the fees and then will return us the correct fees. So this correct fees actually go back to us, and then we'll feed this down back to our book record. So it's sort of more like an enrichment, as well as solving all those fee issues, but not so much a big change in our operating model just yet. We are still exploring if we could actually totally reinvent this ETD trade lifecycle management altogether in the future. So for instance, this is just an example. One thing is that we could work with the brokers to where they will also fit in their trades into the same platform, right? So that then we can actually match our trades. So even driving down the trade breaks. And then obviously the longer term solution is making this Mercury the digital ledger, right? So actually eliminating the need for record at all, because that everyone just have to go to this one source, and they're not gonna be error because everything approval agreement is all done through this platform. So right now there is a small impact on the operating model, but I think going forward, maybe in the next in the short term or medium term, we're gonna see a significant change in our operating model. And forever other interested parties, asset managers, brokers who wants to join as well, feel free to contact us.
Thank you. Thanks, Nelson. Claire, you have anything to add to that?
No, I think Nelson summarized it all very well. And indeed, if we can, if this platform could benefit other players in the industry, we'll be more than happy to showcase it and to and to explain further. So this is really our vision for Mercury. So yeah.
Indeed. Okay, I think
David, let me jump in right here because I see some more questions.
Oh,
I think
okay,
this will be a good leading question. So it's by anonymous user as well. To Nelson and Claire, how do you think the industry as a whole will benefit from Mercury and other transformative technology?
Should I go that first, Claire?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. So I just mentioned, right, if one day we have this Mercury platform as the industry platform, that means all the individual asset managers and brokers do not have to maintain their own separate records, their own system. Usually with ETD, people tend to build their own bespoke applications. We are hoping one day with this Mercury, different players can just, plug and play. We'll reduce all the minimal, we'll reduce the integration effort. So where I can see it can benefit is that, there's really little integration cost, and you can already leverage whatever modules that we already have developed for ourselves, because Eastspring was the first use case. But I don't see why this can be extended to other asset managers, because we are very sure that this is faced by other asset managers. Yeah. I hope that answered the question. Sorry, what was the other question again, Nigel? I think that was the...
So transformative technology. So other than Mercury, as an industry as a whole, how would it benefit from other transformative technology on top of Mercury?
Yeah, I mean, in asset management particularly, we seldom see a lot of examples, like actual use cases, right? So I think it's very important as an industry. Eastspring is very keen to be at the forefront to actually test blockchain with whatever problem. So I think once we set Mercury, I hope that this will also spark interest on other asset managers to do the same. Hopefully, we could leverage on whatever solution that we have and make this industry a more efficient one.
Thank you. Claire, do you want to add on to this as well?
No, I think we addressed this, and no, nothing else to add, Nigel.
Okay. Yeah, there's 2 more questions actually.
Wow,
I don't
this
know.
is
Yeah,
great
quite a
to
lot.
see.
So I think this is more relevant to myself, but do take a step if you wish to. So the question is, could you share the efforts required to integrate your existing systems to Mercury? So do you want to take a step at it first, or should I do it?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, so I think what we've done is the efforts is always a two-way thing in terms of integration. Thank goodness to I think the chemistry among STACS, BNP, and Eastspring has been wonderful. So the integration has been very smooth. And though it's not always the case to start with integration first, that's why we have the dashboards involved to ensure that these automated steps can be validated manually first. So when we do this manual validation, that is actually the first key effort or step to actually integrate to existing systems. And this is all on top of the prerequisite of understanding what systems we're integrating to, what information they need. And of course, the most important thing is that this integration must bring about key business value. Yeah, it's not just because we want to integrate, we'll just integrate, but what's the business value can bring to Eastspring and BNP. So with this integration piece, the effort it's more on how can we join 2 systems together to ensure they work seamlessly as one. Yeah, that's the effort. Yeah, that's from me. Any thoughts or comments from Claire, Nelson, David?
Yeah, I'd just like to share my experience, right? Because being, again, the first and in this interesting exciting project with STACS, I must say that the integration effort was quite smooth. Actually exceeded my expectation, because usually when you deal with complicated, project like that. I wouldn't say complicated, but something that we don't know and not familiar with. But it actually went well, and we were able to transfer the data and get back rather instantly. And I think we just did a very minimal testing because we don't get much exceptions. Everything worked quite well. So yeah, very well done, STACS.
Yeah. And let me echo that as well, Nelson. I think the three teams, I think, is working very closely. It's like we talk to each other almost like every week, and I think the collaboration, everything is fantastic. I think that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, I echo what you are saying, David. I think that we were working as a team, and this is how we managed to get to this result so quickly and smoothly.
Hey, thank you. Just let me do a last question. This last question actually is very similar to what we've answered earlier. But I'm just going to ask anyway. So can Claire and Nelson share how exactly their company has enjoyed the benefits of Mercury? Yeah. So I think it's been
I think it has
already
been addressed already, in terms of how it reduce the manual non-value added work, the daily time spent, to fix the breaks, allowing the team to focus on really value added tasks, because they saw a kind of increase of activity during this COVID-19 period. So they managed to focus on more value added tasks. So all this, I think, has been highlighted during this session. So yeah.
So I think we answered from the operational perspective. I think it did benefit us. But I also want to highlight in terms of the our colleagues, the morale. Starting this year, right, when we had this co-creation, design thinking workshop with BNP and STACS, where we will arrange workshops, very big. We organize a big room, have everyone from different teams to participate and share their thoughts. This is very different to what they do on a daily basis. They're actually they got very excited and happy at the fact that they can contribute. In fact, I think a few months down the road, they were asking us if we could do more of things like that. And especially with the positive results coming from Mercury, they are very energized and actually keen to even participate more in the next steps for Mercury.
Yeah, this is important indeed, Nelson, that the team really, I think this kind of project really help our team to move forward during this difficult year, to absorb all the business as usual, challenging task, and they were quite excited. And David mentioned our weekly call, and I was every week amazed and surprised to see that everyone was attending this call. So yeah, this clearly show that this kind of project brings a lot of value for our team. Yeah.
It seems like it's not just on the operation side.
No,
it touches on the HR side as well.
Yeah, it helps us to retain our talent, say, which is very key and one of our key area of focus. Yeah,
that's great. Thank you for sharing. So we have no more questions. So let me just ask around the room, David, Claire, and Nelson. Do you have any last comments before we conclude the call?
I just want to take this opportunity again and to thank you, STACS and Eastspring for the great collaboration. We look forward to the next. So, but we are in touch, so no worries. So, and I hope that this session will give the desire from other industry players, other asset managers to join us in this great project.
Yeah, I fully agree with Claire. Again, thank you so much for having us here in this call. Also very keen to meet other interested players who wants to be part of this exciting project.
Yes.
David?
Yeah, and for me, I think I echo both Claire and Nelson. So basically, the ecosystem is growing. Okay, more and more participants, be it asset managers, our brokers, they are all interested in Mercury. So we welcome all of you to join this ecosystem. Okay, and to the audience, I hope you have enjoyed and benefit from this session.
Okay, so thank you to all three. I guess to end off, maybe if you do have interest in joining the collaboration or taking a look at it, do email in. I'm happy to connect to Nelson or Claire through the email, and we'll see how it goes. Asset managers, brokers, or anyone has that interest in Mercury, we're happy to connect and see how we can take it from there. And I thank you all for your time, and have a great day and stay safe as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.